Hello Synapse community, my name is Ryan Majitimer, and I'm a product manager on the Azure Synapse Analytics team. Today, I'm going to be talking about the Azure SSIS Integration Runtime, or IR, in Synapse. Azure SSIS IR is a fully managed cluster of Azure VMs that are dedicated to running your SSIS packages. So you can bring your own Azure SQL DB or SQL managed instance and use that as your catalog for SSIS packages and projects. If you want to lift and shift a workload, you can create an SSIS IR and it will natively execute your SSIS packages. Now, SSIS IR supports two scenarios. First, the project deployment model. This is running packages deployed into the SSIS catalog, or SSIS DB, hosted by Azure SQL Database Server Managed Instance. And the second, the package deployment model, which is tuning packages deployed into the file system, Azure Files, or SQL Server Database, MSDB, hosted by Azure SQL Managed Instance. After an Azure SSIS IR is provisioned, you can use familiar tools to deploy and run packages in Azure. Now, it's recommended that you create your database server in the same region as your integration runtime. This allows your integration runtime to write execution logs to SSIS DB without having to cross Azure regions. Now, we're going to walk through the process to create your SSIS IR and how to leverage this feature in your pipelines to execute your packages. First, let's start by creating our integration runtime. Let's go to the Manage tab in Synapse Studio, and then under Integration, select Integration Runtimes. As we can see, we can create a new integration runtime, picking up the new Azure SSIS. As a next step, we will add some details like name, description, location, and node size. Finally, we can uncheck the option of the deployment settings in case we don't need to create an SSIS catalog. If needed, we can manage some security options in the last screen or leave it as the default one. At the end of the screen, we recommend testing the connection and we're ready to go. Next, let's open Synapse Studio and go to the Integrate tab. Let's create a new pipeline. From the Activities pane, search for SSIS to find the activity for Execute SSIS Package. Remember that in the settings of the new activity, we need to select our previously created SSIS IR, and then select our package folder, project, and package location to execute. Next, we complete the SSIS parameters. In this case, we're adding some of the parameters required by our SSIS package, such as database name, password, server name, and username. For test purposes, we can hit the debug option to run our pipeline, and after a few seconds, we can see the output to verify that our package runs smoothly and without any errors. And with that, we come to the end of our introduction to some of the key aspects of using SSIS packages in Azure Synapse. Now, if you're already using this feature, tell us about it in the comments. If you have feedback, you want to tell us anything, you want to tell us what features you want to hear about next, tell us in the comments. I read every single one of the comments. Again, my name is Ryan Majitimer. Follow me on Twitter. You can find Azure Synapse on Twitter. Of course, you can find Azure on Twitter. You can find Azure Synapse on Twitter, Azure_Synapse. Like, follow, subscribe, tell all your friends, share the video with your friends. We'll catch you on the next one. Thanks.